Hey everybody, JT here, Serenity Farms prepping January 12, 2024. This month's almost half done. So, I don't do predictions on what I think is coming this year, but let's discuss some of the things that potentially, very likely, could occur this year. Sorry, camera guy, come on. Okay, now, let's start with the selection election. There could be one, there could be rigged, it could be regular, or there could not be one. That's really going out on a limb, isn't it? Okay, personally, if I had to pick one, I don't see how the Demtards can allow an election. If, as all the experts say, people are waking up in droves, the Dems don't stand a chance. Now, just because the so-called experts say people are waking up based on man on the street polls, people say anything on the street when they know they're not going to be held account to it. Just because people say they're waking up doesn't mean they're going to change their vote. That's how stupid people are. So, I discount those polls, and I also discount all the supposed head-to-head polls, or the ones that say pedophile in chief's approval rating is at 34, 35, 38%. Are you freaking kidding me? It's got to be 5, 6, 8%. Now, how are they going to allow an election? I don't think they can. So how do they stop there being an election? Well, there are multiple ways. They could do what they did in 2020 to a much more tyrannical aspect, and could just lock it all down, saying it is just too dangerous to walk the streets because someone might catch a cold. So everybody, it's going to be 100% paper ballots, and we'll pick them up for you and carry them to the polling stations where they will be fairly counted. Now, if they attempt total tyrannical lockdowns for any reasons, whether it be medical, physical, security, whatever they use, people aren't going to go for it. Will they vote? If they don't, it's guaranteed the Democrats win. Alright, so say they don't take it to that extreme because they realize that 400 self-defense tools will probably be activated. Just the way I think it'll be. Which they want, but they want it under their terms. Unless they're pre-planning for that scenario by ordering us to be locked down, anticipating that we're going to come out in full force? I don't know that they are. Now, we could also have a dirty bomb attack or 3 or 4 on cesspool shithole demtard cities perpetrated by the Democrats using Antifa or BLM, their Democrat-funded and started terrorist groups, or actual illegal invading military-age men terrorists. Any of them could do it, likely dressed as MAGA or Russians or Chicoms or all three. But once again, doing something right before the selections to institute paper ballots only, I don't see it working. I mean, they may try the lockdowns. The election won't take place, which they don't care. That's part of the plan. If there's no election, then it's continuation of whoever is in charge. Now, that may be their best case scenario. Not their worst case, their best case. They could go for that if they have everything in place they need, which I'm not sure they don't. The open border, Chinese freight ships for years and years in the port of Long Beach with no supervision. They very likely could be ready. What else could they try? Okay, caveat here. I'm basing all these scenarios on the fact that DJT is not a Trojan horse psyop. And I am still not 100% convinced he's not. And the whole cultist movement, part of it. If that is true, then, we're screwed anyway. Okay, now there are some experts who believe that there are 2 deep states because one was not enough. Okay, there would be one very evil, sinister, depopulation, hate Americans, want 500 million people left in the world, and that's it, deep state. We've known to come and love them. But according to the experts, there's a less evil deep state. A group of elites who are simply greedy as all fark, want to stay that way. They know if they reinstall Trump, he will spend like a mad banshee. And pretty much he's already said he will. Not sure where he's going to get the money. Okay, so when he starts spending, they get richer and richer and richer. So just stop with all the Nasera, Jacera, QFS, 10 Freedom Cities, blah, 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 blah. If they're putting Trump back in, they're deep state. They may not want us all dead because they don't make any more money that way. They're just greedy and likely corrupt, but not genocidal, homicidal, maniac murderers like the other deep state. That would be the lesser of 2 evils, which is probably what we're going to get. I hope we're going to get. Because then we can, I would say we could work on it, but there's no one out there to trust. my opinion, right now. I see no one. And I probably will never trust anyone again. There's no plan, in my opinion. There's no white knights. There's no one riding in to save us. We should have taken care of business way back when we had a chance. And we didn't. But would another 4-year term of the self-anointed chosen one, who recently stated and put out a video that he has been, is divinely chosen to save America. Okay, I got an ego. I don't have one quite like that. I'm not a narcissist. I mean, I'd like to believe that God knows who patriots are and people who are trying to do everything they can to wake others up and help prepare. And that I would be privileged if I'm in that group. I don't know. I just keep doing what I do, and we'll see how it works out in the end. But for this guy to come out with those two statements in that video, and for all the cultists, nobody seems to think that that's sacrosanct, I guess. To me, it's playing on the supposed Christian conservative, weak-minded, since 2017 people. And if you dare question the narrative, they show you just how open they are to independent thought, as long as it's their thought. Ironically, mimicking the very people who have done that to us for years and years. But they don't want to hear it. Trust the plan. You're a doom and gloom guy, I hear. I'm a troll, I'm a troll butt, I'm controlled up. I can stop. Listen to yourselves and your comments, and you're telling me I'm those things because I'm asking you to question the entire narrative. Okay. So, the weather manipulation, cloud seeding has really been taken up a notch. And out in the Midwest, where they're supposed to be covered with 3 foot of snow and the ground frozen solid, the cattle are still grazing. Oh, that sounds great. No, that's bad. Very bad. The winter wheat crop was supposed to be growing. Those areas are getting lambasted with frost and snow in 40-degree temperatures. Happens everywhere all the time. And the areas where the cattle are grazing, they're supposed to be eating hay. The ground's supposed to be frozen. The earth has natural cycles that it must go through every season, every year, in order to rejuvenate, recuperate, and get ready to regenerate every year. And it's being manipulated. At the same time, we're being poisoned with everything you could possibly think of, including materials that will activate directly with the dummies who did the thing. When they talk about the transhuman effort, they ain't kidding. They literally tell us what they're going to do, what they're actively doing, and what the outcome is going to be, and everyone just poo-poos it. Except for me. and probably some of you. So 2024, if we make it, 2025 is going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun, because we are just about guaranteed there is no food, no clean water, no supplies, no medicine, no tools, nothing for years to come. You just can't turn on spigots and make all that stuff. It's not how it works. The infrastructure has been intentionally destroyed, knowing that it would take years and years and years to rebuild and do all that goobly-blibbity stuff. All right, let me know what your ideas on all this are, please. And hopefully we're having this discussion at this time next year with much cheerier good tidings. But for now, Jake T. signing.